Hi guys, Jeep Girl 2 here. I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little more serious today than what I normally do. There has been an article in the news lately that has really piqued my interest and hit a little close to home. And I usually try and keep things kind of fun here because it's just, a way to goof off and have fun and vent a little. But this article has really, I don't understand it, and it's really upset me. More than most, you see all kinds of things on the news that are upsetting, and most of the time I just go, man, that is a shame. What are people thinking? That is sad, and I kind of move on. But this one, have y'all heard about the little boy who the 13-year-old young man who has Hodgkin's lymphoma, took off with his mom after one chemo treatment, citing that he wanted to do religious reasons. He didn't want the chemotherapy. He wanted to do more natural cancer treatment of some sort. Yeah, I call bullshit. Yeah, after one treatment, no. If you had religious beliefs, you wouldn't have done that first one in the first place, right? I don't know. Anyways, the mother ran off with the son to Mexico somewhere, and as of Monday, they actually came back. And, of course, the courts and everything got involved, and the young man is pretty much there. They've said that, it's court mandated that this young man have these chemo treatments. Pardon. And while you think that might be kind of strict, so how can the court mandate that this child have chemotherapies? Well, first of all, he's 13. He can't make up his own mind. Do you remember what you were like at 13? I do. I was screwed up. I couldn't make up my own mind for nothing. So, no, a child should not be able to make up its own mind whether they want to have something as serious as fight their cancer. So anyways, I tried to find an article lately because I've really been thinking about that a lot and going, okay, I haven't heard much in the news since Monday that this young man was going to continue his treatment or whatever. But the days have passed, and actually I read in the article that Thursday today, is going to be his first chemo treatment coming back from his running away with his mom, right? Anyways, I'm glad he's getting the treatment, but as I was reading this article, it kind of seemed that this young man, like the mom, kind of decided she didn't really want the chemo because it made him feel bad. Yeah. He didn't like the way it made him feel, so he didn't want to continue the treatment. You're 13. You got blood cancer. It's time to get the freaking treatment. I'm sorry. If they were in my family, I would be over there kicking some ass. Yeah. Anyways, I've been thinking about that a lot today, especially in the article, since he's supposed to be having his chemo treatment today. And yes, the chemo, when he came back, the tumor that's in his chest was actually larger than when it got diagnosed in January. So yes, the young man really does need treatment, and I'm glad that he's getting it. But also in the article, and I'll to the left, I'm going to put it in a little link here, so y'all can read it if you're interested. I'm trying to keep up with this issue, this journey of this young man. Something else I read in the article that I thought was really interesting was that the mother wants him to have one chemo treatment and then be examined. Have another chemo treatment, be examined. Have another chemo treatment, be examined. Well, when you talk about the cancer, you usually have what they call the gold standard program. This is what you have, this is what's going on, this is the gold standard for it, this is what makes it go away, is what we have proven, all the research has been done, this is what works. You do 6 rounds of chemo, and then you do a round of radiation, and then you are examined again, chest x-rays. Examined meaning going through all the tests, x-rays, things like that, to see where the progress has gone. You don't do it after every treatment, because that's almost like giving that mom to say, oh, it's gone down now, we can take off, we don't have to do anymore. They want to schedule them one at a time. I don't know. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster, because they seem to be waffling back and forth of treatment, no treatment, treatment, no treatment. So I don't know. It's crazy. And some of you might think, why do I have a reason to even speak about this? I don't have children. I'll give you 2 reasons, and not because I'm looking for sympathy. I'm just giving you a reference point. My husband, when he was 2 years old, his father, who was 28 at the time, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and died. That was, he's going to be 40 this year. It's been a long time. Treatments have come a long way. Chemotherapy has come a long way since then. It has. I know it has. I've read the stuff. I've heard people talk. I understand that it's come a long way. Instead of just blasting the entire body, it's a little more targeted now of what it can be as opposed to the way it used to be. It's not as bad. Yes, it's a rough thing. I'm sure that it's a rough thing. But anyways, his father died when he was 2 years old of Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hodgkin's lymphoma has like a 90 to 95% cure rate, even in a later stage. Okay? So there's really no reason not to get treatment. It's not as bad as it used to be. It's gotten better. So if you get this, there are things to do that, yes, you have a very high success rate of getting rid of it. They call it a cure rate. Okay. The second reason this hits close to home for me is I am a leukemia survivor. I have what they call chronic myelogenous leukemia, or CML. Most of you know that, some of you don't, and that's cool. I'm not going to die. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Trust me, if you're going to have a blood disease, this is the one to get because it's very easy to deal with, as opposed to the others. But anyways, those are my 2 reasons. Like I said, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just giving you reference points of why this happens to hit close to home for me. So there you have it. That's my opinion on there, and I hope that this young man continues to go get his chemotherapy and his radiation, and his mom stays on top of that, because 13-year-olds should not be able to make their own decision when it comes to their health of stuff like that, because he doesn't like the way it makes him feel. Well, no kidding. I don't think I'd like it much either, but you're damn sure I'm going to do it to stay alive. So anyways, I had to just say that, and I know you probably disagree with me or agree with me or whatever. Like I said, I don't normally come on and get political or passionate about any particular thing. I try to keep it fun, but I just had to say something about this because it really did frustrate me and made me very sad and aggravated me. And in fact, I almost watched the news the other night when I heard that the mom had run off with the young man and they were seeking alternate treatments. I was almost in tears. I mean, do you know I've worked for other people? I've raised money for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I volunteer for them as often as I can. I am their super temp whenever I can be. And then people do things like this. Education. People need to learn more. If you get diagnosed with something, man, you better know. You better be your own expert. Talk to everybody. Read as much as you can. I don't know. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest, and now it's done. And thank you for listening. Okay. Bye, guys.